Good morning, friends. How's everyone doing today? Good? Any Marvel fans out there? Great. I have drink tickets still if anyone needs them. So thank you, MDEC, for the invitation. It's an honor to come here and present to you Marvel games. This corner of the world. So I'm based in the United States. I have left Malaysia 20 years ago, and I've only come back probably 4 to 5 times. When I come back, it's amazing. This area is used to be Kerinci. It's used to be a slum, right? You used to need to climb over the fence and look at, hey, what's going on over there, right? Well, it's amazing that now we are standing here, I'm able to present to you Marvel games. So today is going to be exciting because I'm going to tell you about a little bit about the history of Marvel and what do we do, how do we look at games, and how do we establish Marvel brand globally, right? So does anybody know when Marvel established? Anyone? Take a guess. Just shout it out.
1955.
We have a 1955. Anybody else? 71? All right. So it's actually go older than that. So 1930s. So to be exact, 1939. There used to be a company called Timely Comics. That's the first Marvel incarnation. The first Marvel comic book published in the 1930s. It's actually titled Marvel Comics, as you can see. So we have over 80 years of history, right? I want to tell you how many characters we have, but it's a lot. We have over 8,000 characters. If you're a fan of movies, a fan of television, games, you get exposed to a fraction of what we have in our arsenal of characters. We're a company, very good at storytelling. We create IP all the time. That's how we get 8,000 over characters, since the 1930s. In 1960s, we have the first TV animation show with the Avengers, as you can see, right? The middle one, Hulk, back then when, color television is still on the rise. He's a little tinier than the rest of the cast. It's not the Hulk that you know, but, our characters also evolve with the age, be it situational stuff, going through political period, pop culture period. It changes from year to year. So, video games shows up in 1980s. The first video game on the Atari, Spider-Man. Anyone is a fan of Spider-Man? Just some of you. Captain America? Oh, you like Wolverine? Yes. X-Men fans? Yeah. Great. Ant-Man. Anybody like Ant-Man? Yeah. Great. So, first Marvel Studio movie in 2008, Iron Man. I don't want to assume, but majority of you have watched Iron Man, and yes. So, next year is going to be the 10th-year anniversary of the Marvel Studios has been producing movies. It started off with Iron Man, and next year we are excited. We can't wait to show you guys, movies. Black Panther is coming up. Infinity War is coming up, and Ant-Man and Wasp. So this year, we have 3 movies. Started with Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Thor: Ragnarok. So as you can see, we have been putting content on the market more and more to drive brand awareness. So how does Marvel games fit in all this Marvel universe? So first of all, you have to understand what our product philosophy is. You know, historically, when we make a movie, when we make a TV show, or make a comic book, it's like, hey, why don't we do a game based on that? You know, it's a bad idea. It was lucrative at that time, but then due to production timeline of a movie, they don't lock down their final asset till very end in the production. So that will affect game production because, like, as all you game developers know, we need to have access to assets early on in order to build a game on time. So we've moved away from that. So there you go. Our product philosophy. So number one, we shift away from making movie tie-in or derivative of an existing product on our business line. You know, we focus on original content. You know, we create brand new characters, brand new stories, so that our other line of businesses, such as TV show, movies, and you know, even the comics, like take the content from the game and put it on other medium for all the fans out there to consume. We also very picky on who we work with. You know, we are a great IP creation company, but we don't claim ourselves to be the best developer for games. So we partner up with the best of the class in each of its genre. So that we can present the Marvel brand in its best possible light. You know, we have great AAA developers out there, mobile developers out there, VR developers out there that is so passionate about the Marvel brand. We work closely with them so that everyone can enjoy Marvel in its best possible light. Because Marvel is so big, you know, people have asked me, hey, how's this movie, how's this comic? It's like, I'm here to talk about games. But that doesn't mean like we don't stay in the loop with our other line of businesses. So, you know, upcoming comic events, upcoming movies, you know, upcoming TV shows that we already know what's upcoming so that we can plan our games events around it. There are three ways to look at our game slate right now. You know, there's the mobile, the console, and the VR. You may read comic books once a week. You know, you may watch movie 2-3 times a year. You may binge watch Netflix, the entire season of Marvel content in like 2 to 3 days, or entire month if you're too busy like me. But games is something that we can do daily. You know, everyone has a mobile phone. You know, it's always on your hand. You might be a hardcore gamer who have access to the console, or you're enthusiast, hobbyists that try to explore the possibility of VR. So, with games, we can help expand the brand awareness of Marvel. So look at it this way. We have all these big buckets of other business units, the comics, animation, television, and the movies. So our job at Marvel Games is to do content programming. So there's so much Marvel content out there. We need to make sure that we have the right content at the right time, and we don't collide with our other lines of businesses. Mobile game provide us with a strong live services. When we have, let's say, Thor Ragnarok, and we will actually celebrate our games across all our mobile games. And you might go watch the movie, and you come back, you look at the games like, hey, I'm related to Hulk like Mohan. So I really like Hulk. So I'm gonna get that costume from Thor Ragnarok on this game that I like. We're in the business of original content creation, so any new characters, new content, what we call brand deposit, we deposit this back into our larger Marvel family. So hopefully, when I say over 8,000 characters, like, we are making it worse. So we are adding characters to it. So we have more and more by year. So I have set the stage of what Marvel Games is in general. Let's drill down into each of our line of businesses. Mobile games today, I'm going to talk about Marvel Contest of Champions, Marvel Future Fight, Marvel Puzzle Quest, and Avengers Academy. There are 4 distinctly different mobile titles. First off, Contest of Champions. So this is the fighting game, 1 versus 1. It launched in 2014. It has the largest install base of any Marvel games to date. And when I say a lot, it's a lot. It's in the hundreds of millions of users that we have. It provides monthly update with new characters, new modes, new updates. This picture doesn't do it justice. This is not all the characters from the game. This game has a lot of characters. You may be familiar with some of those, you may be not. And through Marvel Games, we're able to let you know or introduce you to characters that you might or might not have known. I want to point to the middle character. So this is Guillotine. Guillotine doesn't exist in the Marvel Universe before this game launched. She is one of the original creations from Marvel Games in partnership with Capcom. Capcom is the developer for this game. Have anyone played Marvel Contest of Champions here? Okay, some of you. So let me do a little introduction of what this game is about. Okay. So you get the idea, you want to beat up your friends, download this game. It's available to download for free. So let's talk about Guillotine. Guillotine is one of the first original characters created by Marvel Games. And when we introduce her, when we create character, we always try to create a new original background story about it. Like she has a sword, as you can see, that sword needs blood. She's not a vampire or Dracula, but her sword is very thirsty for blood. And she used that to, fight off evil. She was born in France. She inherited the sword and took the mantle from her family, and she debuted in Marvel Contest of Champions. So we're telling a hero story, and later on, actually last month at New York Comic Con, we debuted Morningstar, her arch nemesis. So Morningstar is this very gross, evil-looking character. She has been awakened to try to grab the sword back from Guillotine. So as you can see, we're playing up the hero versus villain theme in this case. And what do we do with these 2 characters outside of Marvel Games? It's a comic called Contest of Champions with the same name of the game title, and Guillotine appear in comic book. And to the right, you can see Morningstar might or might not debut in the next Marvel Contest of Champions comic book. As you can see, the one on the left is already published. And the one on the right, because our developer is so passionate, they make a fake comic cover and told everyone this book exists, but it doesn't. But it looks like a great comic book. The problem is, if you look at the label, it looks pretty old. But as you can see, it actually says October 5th, 2017. So if anyone caught we love Easter eggs. We plant Easter eggs everywhere in our stuff that we do. There are other original characters that we created. Everybody know Deadpool? Deadpool fans? So we have Venom Pool that was created for Counter Champion. It's a hybrid of Venom and Deadpool. What if Venom took over Deadpool and you get Venom Pool? The guy at the back. It's pretty cute, by the way. The one on the right is something you might or might not have seen. Anyone can take a guess who he is? He looked quite familiar. What is that? Iron America? Anyone? So everyone has watched the Civil War, right? It's a battle between Captain America and Tony Stark. Unfortunately, in this alternate universe, Steve Rogers, Captain America, killed Tony Stark. He's dead. So Steve Rogers feels very guilty, so he took up Iron Man's armor and called himself the Civil Warrior. So it stemmed off from Civil War, so Civil Warrior. Because he won the Civil War, by the way. So that's the story behind it. It's like, why are we creating this kind of Captain America, you say? So there's a comic event last year to celebrate Captain America's 75th birthday. He's that old. He's very old. He's 75 years old last year. So we have asked all our game partners to show us original characters or reinterpretation of characters, like what Captain America means to them. You should create your own Captain America that represent, what Captain America is. So as you can see, Contest Champion created Civil Warrior just for that. I'm going to talk about the other one, Sharon Rogers, which is my proud work. Sharon Rogers is Marvel Future Fight, the one standing on Civil Warrior's left side, towards you. I'll explain the brief history on that at the moment. Next up, Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Fight is an action-adventure RPG game, launched in 2015. So they just celebrated their second-year anniversary. They have reached over 60 million players. I'm not going to go into revenue. That's proprietary data. But it's the second largest mobile game that we have. This game has over 120 characters in the game, playable. And that's not including non-playable characters. That's not including the bosses. This visual was created back in 2015. As you can see, it paints a picture of all the characters that debut in the game. It shows that they're fighting off a bunch of invasion by the Ultron bots. Have anyone played Marvel Future Fight here as well? 4 of you. All right, so let me introduce you to Marvel Future Fight. So this is just a small sample. So Marvel Future Fight is developed by Netmarble. They are based in South Korea. They're very passionate about all the characters they put out monthly. So every month, the team is so passionate that they create introduction of 3D high quality characters introduction for each month's update. And it kind of show like who the character is, what his skill might be, so you get to be familiarized yourself. Like you have not seen Daredevil in that incarnation. This the Black Daredevil, the Black Suit Daredevil, not Black Daredevil. Black Suit Daredevil is actually the Kingpin in the fiction of Shadowland update. Kingpin, as you know, is one of the famous villains show up in the Daredevil universe. So let's talk about Sharon Rogers. Anybody know Sharon Rogers? Nobody know. This is another Captain America story. A lot of people know that Captain America has been frozen, right, during World War, and he showed up in modern times, just like in the movies, where Nick Fury unfreezes him, and he came back. But in this alternate universe called Earth 415, we made Earth 415 up, by the way. 415 is April 15, which is the debut of this character. Steve Rogers, Captain America, never got frozen. So he fought alongside Peggy Carter, as you know from the movies. They went ahead and won World War II. So they get reassigned to South Korea to establish the new SHIELD division in South Korea. On the military base, which is a US jurisdiction, they have a kid, and they name her Sharon Rogers. So technically, when Sharon Rogers grew up, she's trained with SHIELD. She's trained with her dad, which is Captain America, and she's trained with her mom, Peggy Carter. And when Steve Rogers grew older, he decided to step down as Captain America. And the next logical choice is to have Sharon Rogers take the mantle of Captain America. And there you have Captain America Sharon Rogers, which is her full official title. So I can see the shield design, her armor, her lance. It's actually inspired by Korean design centric. We retain the Captain America colors, which is the red, blue, white, and the emblem stars, so that we still kept the spirit of Captain America. I'm going to show you an introduction of Sharon Rogers. So I'm proud of this because this is the first character I came up with. So part of my contribution for Marvel. And I promise you, this is won't be the last character that I will be creating with Marvel. Sharon Rogers got so popular that it's actually the #1 female strong characters that, in terms of the most played character in this game. There are a bunch of merchandising, fan art that starts showing up on the internet, which is amazing. Marvel Future Fight has a strong art director with this gentleman called Ji Hyung. I worked with him to develop this look. And all the art asset that you have seen so far is developed by one guy, GM. And we actually make sure that he doesn't leave the company so that we can continue having him help us out. He's a great guy, As you can see, everybody knows Red Skull. And you might not be familiar with the woman on the right, which is called Sin. She is the daughter of Red Skull. So Red Skull and Captain America have a battle. That's their father's battle. And forward to today, Sharon Rogers and Sin, which is daughters of each respective Red Skull and Captain America, now they're battling. So it's about generation battle. That's the theme. And for the Guardians event, Sharon Rogers joined the Guardians of the Galaxy in her first comic book debut. And she has a new costume that is more science fiction, and she no longer has a giant lance. She has a very short gun blade. I love gun blade. I love Final Fantasy, so gotta do it. Sharon Rogers, ladies and gentlemen. So we also have a Monster Unleashed comic event, and it's a 5-part mini-series. We reached out to GM, the same art director of this game, to create 5 variant covers, and which looks pretty fantastic. As you can see, the left side is Amadeus Cho Hulk, which is a Korean Hulk. You have Medusa, you have Elsa Bloodstone, you have the genius little girl, Moon Girl, and the devil dinosaur, and Kid Kaiju, which is the new character, introduced with Monster Unleashed. All these costumes are original design. As you can see, you will never see them like this in a comic book. So it was so good that we make all 5 costumes and put it in the game. And fans love it. Next, I want to talk about Marvel Puzzle Quest. Everybody at one point of time played a match 3 game. It launched in 2013. It's a very casual game, but it's story-driven. At Marvel, we like telling stories, so we tell the stories even in a simple casual games. Let me show you what I mean by that.
The chaos of war has come to the Marvel Universe. Hero against hero. Friend against friend. When the choice is freedom or justice, who will you fight with?
So very simple Casual Connect game. It's easy to pick up and play. You can download the game again on the App Store free. As you can see, Groot is in his little baby Groot. He was introduced just recently to celebrate, Puzzle Quest 4-year anniversary. Believe it or not, Puzzle Quest is actually the oldest mobile game that we have in the market right now. In this game, they have created an original Captain America with Peggy Carter. So the story about this is Captain America died, rest in peace. So Peggy Carter decided to pick up the soldier serum and took up the mantle and continue Steve Rogers' mission to save the world. So she is the Captain America in the 1940s. As you can see, her design is kind of inspired by 1940s, uniform during the World War. And when we did this in July, and Comic-Con is just around the corner, and a group of cosplayers show up with Peggy Carter, Captain America. And that is only less than 2 weeks in 2 weeks new. So fans are very passionate about this strong female character that we introduced. Next up, Avengers Academy. So Avengers Academy is a reimagination of, when Avengers goes to college, they are college kids. Some of you might relate to it. It's like, what would this group of heroes do when they are going to school, right? The school was run by director Nick Fury, who's the principal for the school. And everybody has their own personality, and it's a builder game. It's full of quips, funny quips, and it's a great way of introduce a different side of Marvel, which is comedy.
The sooner we get this over with, the better. Anthony Stark. 2 hours late, but who's counting? Do you realise your arm is sparking? Great. 3... Whoa! Okay. You really are a genius. Odinson, Mr. Thor Odinson, let's see the smile of an Asgardian go, okay? Alright, guess that works. What? There's 2 of you! Loki, to the back of the line, please. Very funny. Captain America. Oh, I appreciate your work ethic, but if you wouldn't mind setting that down for just a moment. I want to be mad, but you're the first polite person I've met. Mr. Romanova, Director Fury specifically said no sunglasses. And how about a smile? Happy thought, think of something happy. Or a smirk? That'll do. Would it kill you to say thank you? Seriously, this is really how this is going to go. Lower your massive head, please. Lower. Do you even know what the word lower means? What's the camera? Here's my superpower. I quit.
As you can see from the introduction, even if they go to school, we try to retain their personality. It's, what would Iron Man be? He'll show up 2 hours late for even a school picture. That's just Tony Stark. Our games inspire a lot of variant covers for the comics businesses, and we have Black Panther. This is all in-game assets. We have a famous artist, David Nakayama, that do the Avengers Academy version for Captain Marvel. Let's talk more about our latest event. What do we do when we have an event? So we release new content across all our games, right? We rebrand the game to reflect new changes, during the time of the event. We co-promote the game, with all our powerful social media.
So much has happened since I last saw you. I lost my hammer, like yesterday, so that's still pretty fresh.
And then I went on a journey of self-discovery, where I met you.
Where are we?
You have no idea. Hello, the goddess of death has invaded Asgard.
Oh, I miss this.
And you and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Well, that's true.
Asgard is dead. It'll be reborn in my image. I thought you'd be glad to see me.
We need to stop her here and now to prevent Ragnarok, the end of everything. So we're putting together a team. Like the old days.
Surprise! This will be such fun.
Hello.
Hi.
He's a fighter.
Here we go! I'm not a queen or a monster. I'm the goddess of death. What were you the god of again?
We're the same, you and I. Just a couple of hot-headed fools.
Yeah, same. Hulk like fire, Thor like water.
Oh, kind of both like fire.
But Hulk like raging fire, Thor like smoldering fire.
So that is, Marvel's Thor Ragnarok. So what did we do, for during this movie event? So we have costume across all Marvel games. We have events inspired by Marvel's Thor Ragnarok. The 4 Marvel titles that I talk about today, each of them has their own interpretation of the Marvel Thor Ragnarok costumes. All this app has rebranded for that month. The app icon, as you can see, they're all Thor Ragnarok content. They changed all their marketing key art title screens. By the way, this is hand-drawn. It was done in 2 weeks. And this trailer is done in 2 weeks as well. So, I talked so much about mobile titles. Let's change pace. Let's go into console.
Odin, my king,
the kingdom is lost. Our forces scattered. Asgardians!
Sorter, foul beast! Let us sally to their aid. Welcome to my game world.
Well, that could have been worse.
That's a lot of hawks.
Let's regroup back in Manhattan.
Finally! I've always wanted to visit Broadway.
So when we celebrate content, we don't have to limit it to just a mobile game. Even Marvel Lego is having fun with our other content. Guardians of the Galaxy, have everyone watched Guardians of the Galaxy? So we work with Telltale with a great storytelling. They make great adventure game. To present Guardians of the Galaxy, all new original stories, you have never seen the side of them. And for anyone who haven't tried this, here's an introduction of what the game is all about.
This is the Nova Corps. You have to help us. This is a priority 1 distress call, Star-Lord. Thanos is here!
Destroyer of worlds, big glowy gauntlet, wrinkly chin. Yeah, I've heard of him. Time to rock and roll. Well, this is the slowest elevator in the universe.
You cannot possibly know that. I am rude.
Good one, pal.
The Guardians of the Galaxy. Show me how you die.
So that was episode 1, introduction. So since then, we have released 4 episodes. Each has their own storyline based on each character. The first one was Star-Lord, the second Rocket, and you have Gamora, and then you have Drax. So when is the 5th episode? The 5th episode is the season finale, and it actually launched today.
Guardians are broken. I don't see a world where you can actually defeat Hala.
Well, we're certainly not going to beat her with that kind of attitude.
I can't imagine a time when you didn't hate each other.
We took down Thanos. We can totally handle Hala, right, guys? Guys?
This will require everyone to work together flawlessly. I do not believe I have seen that happen. Ever.
Star-Lord! I will hunt you down to the ends of the galaxy. There will be no home for you anywhere! We accidentally created a supervillain. There's only one thing we can do.
I'll get the cyanide pills.
I am Groot.
Sure, we have our differences, but we all share something in common. We are all we've got. As long as we have each other, we can beat anything. Ooh! Hala doesn't stand a chance. You ready for one last battle?
For Hala, it will be.
This is it.
Let's rock and roll.
Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
This is incredible!
So let's go stop her.
Soon. Let us enjoy the quiet for a moment longer. Moment over. We should leave now.
So if you haven't played, I highly encourage to go check it out. It's available. The season finale is today, as I say. It was on the US side, it's still yesterday. So the time zone differences. Next, I want to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So this is a fighting game, for those who don't know. It has a long legacy, 25 years, over 25 years. So the last Marvel vs. Capcom on a modern console was about 7 years ago. It was the return of a beloved franchise. So last year when we announced it at PlayStation Experience in December, no one knew this is coming. And when we announced it, you can see grown-ups with tears streaming down on their faces. People holding signs like, "When's Marvel?" And then when the trailer played, everyone just broke down completely. It was great. We love our passionate fans. There are challenges in making games, but we actually shipped this game on time. Here's a story trailer.
It is time for the Dark Kingdom to rise! May the symbiote consume you all!
Jedi!
You will endure the suffering of everyone.
I will savor it.
Our intel was right. Ultron Sigma has 2 of the Infinite Six.
6 cosmic stones of infinite power.
This is no small task, but Ultron Sigma must be destroyed.
A suicide mission into the heart of enemy territory? I'm interested. Tell me more.
All teams, engage!
Do you see now how powerless you truly are?
If we're gonna stop Ultron Sigma, we need the Infinity Stones.
Release me.
Stark and Rocket say he's dangerous.
No, I said insanely dangerous.
I will give you what you want.
We're out of options and out of time.
I'm sorry, Cap. I can't let you do it.
You have doomed yourself.
Bear witness to the death of your world.
Quiet. I hear voices.
I shall restore balance between life and death.
We shall see.
So, do you take, regular batteries?
Rocket, are you listening?
Yeah. Crash no moon, find the cord, nab the power stone. Boom!
So even in a fighting game, we want to do storytelling, and that's our story trailer. So there you go. Marvel vs. Capcom also has inspired 20 variant covers for the month of August, and we have variant covers across all our major comic line. as you can see, I highlight the two big ones, which I thought it has a, Eastern influence, which is Capcom's a Japanese developer. Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2. This game will come out next week, finally. Even with a simple Lego game, this is the first time with a big, ambitious story.
Cosmo is sending urgent telepathic alert. All heroes, please to be responding. Kang is attacking our homelands, pulling together our worlds across space and time into one megacity.
Isn't it glorious?
He must be stopped.
We've got work to do.
Cosmo needs to be working with heroes from across time on plan to put universe back in order. Woof! Now Cosmo's picking up signals from what look like very powerful crystals all over Chronopolis.
Something with that much energy could help us take out Kang's defenses.
Cosmo! Good boy! Yes! Where is the pat on Cosmo's head? Cosmo knows that this will not be easy, but we will defeat him and his minions once and for all.
Let's go kick some Kang.
Cosmo deserves a treat after helping people. Big treat! Woo!
So we didn't just stop there to have fun. So we created something fun too. So this is an original character by the name of Carnum. It's a mix between Carnage and Venom. Carnum. Just like Lego, put two things together and you mix it, Carnum. Again, it's available next week. So last year, E3, we make a surprise drop on a gameplay of a certain character, everybody knows this character. So Spider-Man is our first major game franchise. If you remember from, 40 minutes ago, I talked about the first game was Spider-Man, and it's appropriate to return to, in a big way, with Marvel's Spider-Man as well. We partnered up with Insomnia. It's a great developer who have done, Sunset Overdrive and Ratchet and Clank. And they are great storytellers as well, and along with great game design. So we partnered with Sony and Insomnia for a PlayStation 4 exclusive for this game. And in line with today, I'm going to show you the story trailer.
With Fisk behind bars, what's next?
And the city's safer than ever. Maybe Peter Parker can have more of a life.
Are you in trouble? Do you need money?
No, I mean, I'm a little behind on my rent, but no, I'm fine.
Take care of this place. It represents the best part of me.
This is Miles. He's gonna be helping out around here.
For acts of extraordinary bravery.
I'm the one who kept order in this city!
What is this? Devil's breath.
Your city and everything you care about will be destroyed. The people will beg you for help, but you won't be able to save them.
Get more backup. Wait!
We've got to play this just right.
Maybe the city needs our friend more than you think.
Anyone else need a breather?
PlayStation.
So it's PlayStation 4 exclusive, so be on the lookout for more information about Marvel's Spider-Man. So we are also curious about VR. And have anyone tried VR during the Level Up exhibition, like everyone did? So for those who don't know, I want to talk about Marvel's Powers United, VR. Let's go into it.
Small, but I pack big guns! Is that all you got? All right, Lockjaw, get us out of here!
Power United is the first VR game for our Marvel games. It's an exclusive Oculus partnership. We're working with First Party, in this case, to investigate how do we present the Marvel brand in a virtual reality world. Please look forward to the game next year. Right now, if you get the chance to go to the United States, the demo is available across 300 Best Buy's locations, and you can get to try it out. So Marvel games have also inspired, not only original content to our other division, we also inspire original content for the consumer product side. Marvel Gamerverse is just launched. We're just getting started. As time progresses, when we add more games, we'll have more original characters show up in the toy form. In this case, we have Hasbro and Funko to spearhead our initiative called Marvel Gamerverse. As you can see, we have Captain Marvel and Chun-Li inspired by Marvel vs. Capcom, the costumes, and on the Rocket and Layla inspired by Guardians of the Galaxy, Telltale series. That's a lot of stuff. I can go on and on, but I do want to bring up an important announcement that we did talk about it earlier in the year in January. It might have slipped people's mind, so actually just let's play.
They say the time of heroes is over. That if you're different, you're dangerous. But I know the truth. The world will always need heroes. We just need to reassemble.
So please look forward to this. We announced a collaboration with Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, along with Square Enix. Has, why did you leave? We could have made great stuff, right? Yeah. So how do we make games? So on recap, as you can see, all the stuff that we've been doing, everything is like pretty hype, hashtag hype. So we collaborate with the best in class. We tell original stories, we create original new content, and we generate big blockbuster out of all these games, right? And also we celebrate Marvel events with new content. We no longer do derivative products. I want to end here, but I have a surprise for everyone. So Marvel started with Marvel Comics, so it's appropriate that we end with Marvel Comics. So I'm going to give everyone 1 month free, Marvel Unlimited. Yeah. So go to marvel.com/give and use the code C2017. There should be plenty of codes, first come, first serve. Marvel Unlimited is an app that let you read Marvel digital comics on the app. And the subscription is about $9.99 a month, but you have 3 months. Just go explore. Read up stuff that you might or might have not missed. So, for everyone in the audience, if you sign up today, you will get it with this SEA 2017. It's free to try out. Let me know what you think. Okay. I suggest you input this code immediately before this thing show up on Reddit. So thank you, from Marvel Games. Thank you.